we're going to move on from there because we have to talk about Diddy. So Diddy has been all over the news, And as you know, both his homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided this week. This is all in connection to a warrant from the Southern District of New York, the same Southern District that we talked about when we talked about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shaw, inmate Shaw. But you should also be noted, they've had a lot of high profile cases. They have a 98 to 99% winning streak. So usually if they are pursuing a case with you, they have been following this situation for a very long time. All right? A very long time. So there are a few people that are speaking out. So Candace Owens said this, and now Suge Knight is speaking, inmate Knight is speaking from prison as well. And let me just pull up what exactly he said. Look, there's so much stuff that I have to cite when I come here, but I want to make sure I mention it because Candace Owens said something similar as well. But I also want to let you guys know what Suge Knight said from jail. Hold on. And Tyrese, sidebar. Tyrese is out here defending Diddy as well. Or maybe I'll just summarize what he said. Basically what Suge Knight was saying in his tweet from jail is that the feds weren't after Diddy. They came to retrieve information about other people that are more powerful than Diddy because there have been accusations that Sean Diddy Combs is sort of the scapegoat in this whole situation of trafficking that they've been talking about. So as you know, all of this was prompted after Cassie's 35-page lawsuit that had a trigger warning and detailed freak-offs, all kinds of stuff in there. All right, which prompted other lawsuits to follow. So Candace Owens came out with a similar tweet alluding that this raid had nothing to do with Diddy. It had to do with bigger people than Diddy. You can speculate on who those people might be. All right. So Suge Knight came out with a similar tweet. All right. Tyrese posted this on Instagram. We're not going to read all of it. I'll just read a little bit of it. He says, what I can do and what I won't do is downplay the laughter, the fun, the energy, the inspiration, the award shows, the studio sessions, the most legendary parties and events I've ever attended in my life. These same events where Cassie's accusing Diddy of abuses. Just wanted to add that particular part in there. All right. He says that, and I also can't act as if my high school backyard parties throughout South Central LA wasn't the craziest parties ever because of the bad boy on slew of hit records. I don't condone, nor do I support abuse, bullying, SA, or anything that is currently being alleged. But what I can't do is turn the blinds on how much this means to me and all of us and what he has done for the community of music and culture. I'd just like to point out, Diddy has been accused for years. Yes, he's given us a lot of, music to step to. But those same artists that he produced and put out there also claim that this man allegedly stole from them. Only for him to come back years later when people allege that music is worth nothing. I'll give you back all of your publishing, but you can never say anything derogatory about me, my mother, my family, anything like that. All right. Sometimes we don't have to say anything. You can support your friend from behind the scenes. You do not have to come on social media, especially am I personally going to take the opinion of Tyrese, who's been accused of some other things in regards to his relationships? I think not. All right. Diddy has been celebrated quite enough. Well, the Diddy situation is far from over because more information, literally right before I came on here, another story broke out in regards to Diddy. I will give you just a trigger warning for those that might be triggered by conversations like this. If you've been following the Diddy situation, then you know what I'm talking about. Our friends over the Neighborhood Talk write this. Neighbors, it's no secret that Lil Rod started a forest fire after accusing Diddy of forcing him to sleep with people of the night, okay, watch him shower naked, groom him into accepting homosexual relationships and more. The lawsuit was amended, and more information is now available, which includes shocking claims about Young Miami. Young Miami, Diddy's former girlfriend, I would say on again, off again girlfriend, was listed as an alleged woman of the night for now disgraced music mogul. In the lawsuit, he alleges that Diddy's women of the night included Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy would receive wire transfers or cash payments from Robin Greenhill. Lil Rod alleges that this ring of sorts, which allegedly organized by Diddy and members of other music companies, also included minors. He says he witnessed several parties where minors were given alcohol, and he says being there made him, quote, uncomfortable, but Diddy allegedly took his car keys and wouldn't let him leave. That's not the only time he felt pressured by Diddy. In 2022, he says Diddy invited him into a bathroom to do the Booger Sugars and asked Lil Rod, did he have a $100 bill? When Rod said no, Diddy allegedly waited to do it with Young Miami. In the amended version, Lil Rod details how Diddy allegedly loves pink. It's got the Booger Sugars got color? Okay. A pink Booger Sugar, a combination of ecstasy and the Booger Sugars that he got from his mule, the alleged mule that was arrested during one of the raids this week. We talked about that too in a separate video. Brendan, I need more moisturizer, 25-year-old Paul, who was arrested on Tuesday. Per the lawsuit, one time Diddy wanted the Booger Sugar so bad after one of his dealers forgot it that Young Miami brought it for him on a private jet, allegedly. You remember when this all happened, when the home raids happened in Los Angeles and Miami, people were wondering where was Diddy. There was a report from TMZ that his personal plane had landed in Antigua. There we go. We still have no idea why his private plane landed there, and we don't know who was on the plane, if anything. There's a lot of speculation in regards to that. Sometimes, celebrities will lend out their planes. I don't see Diddy lending out his plane. Yes, some other people will, but I don't see Diddy lending out his plane. So that's another update in regards to what's going on with Diddy and what Lil Rod is saying in his lawsuit. This is the amended lawsuit. He recently amended, and we talked about this the other day with Stephanie from Wine and Chill in regards to this, because we were saying the initial lawsuit had some holes in it, including photos that Lil Rod alleged were Stevie J. However, the corn actor, came out and said that, no, those photos are of me. Okay. But that's not it. We also woke up to the news in regards to an interview that, journalist Touré did with his own story about something about Diddy. So let me just play a quick clip of that here.
I was personally disturbed many years ago. Okay. I know this man well enough to call him and say, hey, I need a favor.
Yeah.
And this might have been 10, 12 years ago that I called him and say, hey, I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern.
Yeah.
And I have never talked about this publicly. And he said yes. And they were flying around, one of the interns, Atlanta, Miami, whatever, on the jet, in the house, whatever. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my family member, like, well, what happened? And they wouldn't say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did it end? It wouldn't say. And years later, they finally came out, and this is a male, and said that Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And they said, absolutely not. He said, absolutely not. And the internship ended. But from there, I was like, oh, like this is how it goes. Okay.
This is how it goes. So I saw a lot of people in the comments section saying, why are you coming out now? Why are you coming out now? That's like saying to victims, why are you speaking up now? Victims of situations like that, people within the business, there are a lot of people that knew things during Diddy's heyday that still have not said anything. Okay? So when it rains, it pours. Now people feel like as if, okay, it's a safe space. We can talk about it and I won't lose my job. So I'm not gonna dog Touré for coming out now, but I wanted to definitely present another element to what Diddy is being accused of. Yes, Diddy has released a statement via his attorney in regards to this whole situation, but specifically the raids that happened this week. So via his attorney, Diddy said this in regards to the raids that happened this week. He said, yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residence. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. Which leads to what Candace Owens and what Suge Knight recently said, that these raids had nothing to do with actually Diddy. It was more so garnering access to maybe leverage that he has against more powerful people. The statement continues. He says, this unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on a meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. This was a statement from Aaron Dyer, Diddy's attorney. Here's the thing. We have to keep in mind, yes, he has not been convicted in the court of law. However, you may recall, as we mentioned earlier, that Cassie filed a 35-page lawsuit with a trigger warning. And for those that are coming out defending Diddy right now, and I'm pretty sure that they have not read that lawsuit, because if you read that lawsuit, you would look at Diddy very differently. Even with all the rumors that you have heard over the years about Diddy, it's one thing to hear the rumors, but to hear one of his victims detail what she went through for over a period of 10 years. And it was very detailed. Very detailed. And the fact that she had to even relive that to tell her attorney that was suffering enough. And for Diddy to settle that lawsuit in less than 24 hours, it's quite telling. Yes, settling a lawsuit does not mean an admission of guilt. It does not mean an admission of guilt. But that lawsuit was quite detailed. And again, if you have not read it and you can't stomach reading it, I implore you, especially those that are coming out in defense of Diddy. Did you read the lawsuit, Slim Thug? Slim Thug also came out with a statement.
I don't want to see a black man who came so far, almost to $1 billion, fall down. That's our inspiration for it ain't too many of us. I don't want to see they took Kanye down. We forgot about Kanye, and the good thing he able to do his own, man. That's how I look at it, man. We losing another billionaire over allegations at this point. Still ain't no criminal charges. You know what I'm saying? We only got about 1 billionaire left. Who? Jay-Z? That's the only motherfucker left. Everybody else, let's take the person off of it and who that person is, right? Man, listen. If look at who is wishing this dude fail, you know what I'm saying? It's his own people. It's his own people cheering him, laughing, and Diddy did it and coming up with new slogans for him. It's his own people, man. Like, so take note of this. Man, you would think the motherfucker, he thought a year or two ago when we were popping Ciroc, he thought that we would ride or die for him, man. Like, he thought that the motherfucking world of hip hop would stay down and over, you know, especially without him having a case. Like, especially without him having a case, he would think, hey, man, motherfucker, they gonna ride for me. I live for this hip hop shit. I lived and died this shit. The hip hop community is gonna ride for my innocence. He would assume, I'm sure. Say if he did that, then whatever he get. But so far, I haven't seen no criminal charges. So out for that, I'ma just sit back and hope for the best, you know? I don't want to see nobody go down, man. And for people to celebrate that, love that, want to see that, it's weird to me, man. So, like, it made me want to stay in the house. And people you would never knew they existed want to see this man, whatever. If you work for me, if I came up under you and you over me, fuck you. I don't want to do no business with you. Fuck you. I don't want to see you in the streets. But do I want to see you go to jail for life? Nigga, like, you help me. You're part of my play, regardless if I like you not.
But as the Honorable Kempire, I will not take a side. Oh, God. All right.